What's up everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In Infinity War, we got one of the biggest face-offs in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that being when Hulk battled the Mad Titan Thanos hand to hand. Famously in the introduction, Thanos managed to defeat the Hulk and defeat him handily. That led many people to believe, myself included, that in Avengers Endgame, the sequel to Infinity War, that Hulk and Thanos would fight yet again. However, according to Marvel themselves, as they recently revealed today, this was never in the cards. The Hulk vs Thanos rematch was something that in truth the fans themselves really built up. It was never even planned for Avengers Endgame, and today we have an explanation as to why. Writers of Avengers Infinity War revealed that the Hulk was never meant to face off against Thanos again in the MCU, at least in Endgame, and that the Hulk story was not about him being defeated by Thanos, but more Banner and Hulk coming to an agreement, and that Thanos himself was never really the main push for Hulk's arc over Endgame and Infinity War. It's the relationship between Hulk and Banner and the harmony that they achieve. Of course, earlier the Russo brothers explained that this is the main reason why Hulk did not come out in Infinity War. It wasn't because he was handily defeated by Thanos, it was because he was tired of playing hero for Banner and Banner getting all of the credit, with the Hulk seeming more like the black sheep of the Avengers. In fact, the writers for Infinity War revealed that Smart Hulk, or Professor Hulk as he's known in the comic books, was actually set to appear at the end of Infinity War and not in Endgame, or at least not be introduced in Endgame. The writers revealed that the main push for Hulk in Endgame is not the fact that Hulk lost to Thanos, but that both Banner and Hulk lost to him, and that the main push would be them achieving harmony to defeat Thanos with their intellect as well as brute strength, and not just the Hulk hulking out again and battling Thanos. There were other more important story beats to play out with Thanos, and plus they also explained that Thanos himself is simply more physically powerful than the Hulk, at least at that point and at Hulk's base anger, and the point of Hulk fighting Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War was never meant to set up a rematch between the two of them. In fact, it was more meant to build up Thanos as a character and show just how truly dangerous he was, not to set up a rivalry between the two of them like one that's eventually formed between Thanos and Thor, or Thanos and Tony Stark. The writers of Endgame revealed that they couldn't have all three of the Avengers have a similar relationship and arc with Thanos, and so instead they opted for Hulk and Bruce Banner to take a different journey moving forward, realizing that together is when they would be able to defeat Thanos using the intellect and the brawn. And in the end, without Hulk, none of the Avengers could have snapped their fingers, as again the radiation by the Infinity Gauntlet or Stark Gauntlet was mainly gamma, just as Hulk stated. The writers of Endgame basically just said to us that the big rivalry between Hulk and Thanos is something that we as fans build up in our own minds, and it was never really in the cards for Hulk to fight Thanos again, although many of us wanted to see it. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, and the fact is Marvel's explanation is that Hulk and Thanos were never really meant to have a rematch, and instead of the arc of Hulk and Bruce Banner focused fully on defeating Thanos, it was more about achieving harmony with themselves, and as a result of that, defeating Thanos in a different way. But again, I want to hear your thoughts on this, and which version would you have ultimately preferred? Would you have liked to see Hulk and Thanos face off yet again in Avengers Endgame, or are you ultimately satisfied with the arc that we got? Check out the Avengers Endgame merch for 20 to 60% off merchandise from Spider-Man Far From Home, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, and more. And don't forget to enter the next round of the Hot Toy giveaway. To do that, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me below what your favorite moment was in Avengers Endgame. The next winner will be announced at 250k, so enter now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.